my name is Tone, and today we'll be taking a look at the Transformers Buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series 102 Optimus Prime. So there he is, and we're going to take a quick look at the packaging. So here we have the Buzzworthy box, which I don't know why they made him into the Buzzworthy line. Here's the CGI model of Optimus looking really cool, and you have the background and the product shot and the bio if you want to read that. Like other Studio Series releases, he does come with a backdrop, which this background is the Street Festival stakeout from the movie. I'm sure you already know this Optimus Prime comes from the latest installment of the Transformers live-action franchise, Rise of the Beast. No need to explain about the character nor the movie because we all know who Optimus Prime is at this point, right? But I will say though that this figure comes from the Buzzworthy subline, which I have taken a look at other figures on the channel. But I kind of find it stupid to put him in the subline anyways because this is a sought after figure after all. Just to make it easier for collectors who don't got targets in their areas or don't got the time. Just because this is a Buzzworthy release doesn't mean that this figure is terrible. After all, the painting and sculpting on the truck mode is pretty good in the front, but the back of the truck isn't that good. I mean, this truck bed could have been better. Maybe like add a little port to like hold his trailer. I mean, it doesn't really matter because he never really had his trailer in the movie. But whose idea was it to design the truck like this? Anyways, the front of the truck looks nice, like I said. But he definitely contrasts well with Bumblebee since they're both off-road vehicles. Ashamed he didn't really use his bumper in the movie, but it's not a bad overall look. Weapon storage, he can plug in his little blaster, and you could store his blade like this. Overall, as a whole figure, this truck mode isn't really my favorite in terms of like the design, but he isn't completely bad. He can roll really well. Here he is next to Mirage and G1 Optimus. As I said back in my Legacy Prowl review, the not perfect vehicle mode makes up for a fantastic robot mode. Alright, first thing we gotta do, fold these out and pull his side skirts, and then you want to pull down the and then you want to fold out swivel the feet, and then you want to pull this down, and then you want to tab it in so that it locks into place. Same thing on the other leg. If I can get it. You want to fold these out. Pull out these side panels. And then you want to unpeg that. And then you want to fold these up. Just like so. Then you want to fold these up also. Make sure you grab this little slot so that you can rotate his arms. Same thing, well, it's already doing it, but same thing on the other side. And then you want to rotate the chest. And then fold the tires, pull out the crunch, lock this into place, and you're almost there. Fold out the chest to bring out his head, snap that into place, fold out the grill, and then you want to fold these out, pull out his hands. Same thing on the other arm. And there you go. The transformation was actually pretty easy for a Voyager class because this robot mode is perfect. This design for Optimus takes inspiration from the Bumblebee design and the G1 design. Many Transformers fans didn't really like the design too much, but it definitely has grown to everyone at this point. I never really had a problem with this design, probably one of my favorite Optimus Prime designs in general. I believe this is supposed to be a slight retool of the 38 Optimus Prime, but he feels like a completely new mold. He's perfect in every angle. Another banger Transformer after my last review. The details on this figure are on point. It feels like he came out of the big screen and tear off Scourge's head. I mean, the movie has been out for like 2 months now. Is it okay for me to say spoilers? The head sculpt on this guy is phenomenal. There's like absolutely no hollow spaces on this figure, which is really impressive. And remind me that this guy has a better paint job. Mainline! I won't be getting that figure anymore because I already got this figure. You can fold in his hand so that you can plug in his little gun as seen in the movie. I kind of wish this was slightly bigger because it kind of feels tiny. Perhaps an upgrade kit, eh? And you can plug in his, let's get it in there, blade. Which is really cool. Maybe some orange paint would have been appreciated. Unless if that's reminding you of the other Optimus. The solidity is pretty great, except that his left hip is kind of loose. So close to actually being a solid figure. The articulation is really impressive. He got a ball joint on the head. You can look up and down. Rotation at the arm. Arm can move out. Bicep swivel. A bend at the elbow. Double bend due to transformation. A wrist swivel. It could move side to side. A waist swivel. And an ab crunch, which is more relevant to the transformation, but still considered an articulation to me. Legs can kick this far. They can move back this far, I think. Yeah. He can do the splits and the side skirts move out. Side swivel, bend at the knee, and a ball joint on the foot, which can pivot. Posability on this guy, you can pretty much get him into anything. The only thing that is kind of holding him back to have an amazing articulation is maybe not including an opening hand. But an ab crunch in a mainline Transformer? Yes, please! The size of the figure is appropriate next to Studio Series 100 Bumblebee, Studio Series RC, and look how tiny he really is. And Scourge, he fits in well with everyone else in this line. Also, here's 2 more Optimus Prime figures that I own. I own more, but this is all I'm going to do for the review. If you can get this figure, get it immediately because everyone wants him at this point. I can see why, but this still should have been a mainline release than a Buzzworthy release because this figure is the definition of perfection. My rating on this figure is 5 out of 5, even with the truck mode not being perfect, but a necessary upgrade kit will do. Alright, let's transition back to Legacy reviews and take a look at a figure that I was personally looking forward to.